There's one kind of company that I hate, and it's these parking management companies. You know, when you drive in and there's signs everywhere telling you that you've got to obey a certain contract. You can only stay there for an hour. If you're there for 1 minute over, you'll get fined 90 quid or whatever it happens to be. They use very unscrupulous tactics to make their money, to fine unsuspecting patrons. I received an email earlier on which I can kind of relate to, and I want to read it to you now. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Let me know in the comments. Good to see you again. Thank you ever so much for the support. We are doing great with this channel. All the numbers are up. Please continue making sure you're still here, still subscribed, like all the videos and everything else. It really helps and it's great. Thank you so much. Well, let's look at this. I've done videos on this before. You drive into a petrol forecourt, a McDonald's, a supermarket or anything like that, and more often than not nowadays, the parking in these particular places has been given over to a parking management firm who impose their own terms and conditions. And then, of course, what happens, you don't know about it and you get fined. I see examples of it all the time. I am actually being threatened with court action myself at the moment because of a supposed parking infraction with one of these places where they can't prove their case. And I said, fine, take me to court. I'm not paying you fine, and I will keep you posted on what happens there. Got an interesting email through which I'll read to you now from a guy who I will call T, and I won't say the full name. Dear Andy, I felt compelled to post this on my channel on Telegram called Fraudulent PCNs, penalty charge notices. I've recently been issued with a PCN from Crawley Leisure Park in West Sussex, which I'm very confident I'll be able to overturn. The setup here is you are allowed free parking as long as you are patronising one of the establishments on the park, e.g. cinema, Hollywood Bowl or one of the restaurants there. I know exactly the place you mean, by the way. Basically, patronising means you're not allowed to go off the site and go and do something else. I was eating at a restaurant there a week ago, and I've since received a PCN through the post, even though I definitely didn't go off site. Fortunately, I'm able to prove this by way of restaurant receipts. The bills state what times I placed my order and paid at the end. The PCN states I was off site right in the middle of this time frame. Unbelievably, in the small company I work for, someone else had this hassle and successfully overturned it. I'm now wondering if they're picking cars at random and trying it on. Hopefully the victim will be unable to disprove their nonsense, unlike myself and my colleague. So just a heads up, keep your receipts or any evidence to support any challenge you may have to face. As a footnote, I would still address the issue. If you get a PCN, as irritating as it can be, don't listen to these common law people who do that, who just tell you to ignore it. This will give you more grief later. Cheers. Well, I'll give you another example of this tea. And I just dropped my glasses. Hang on a minute. Never done that on a video before. Yes, Stansted Airport. They got a little area there with a Starbucks, a McDonald's, and a BP garage all in it, all next to each other. When you drive into the Starbucks car park, you're allowed an hour in there. But what they don't tell you is that there's cameras on a stalk watching all the comings and goings. There's actually somebody on there monitoring those cameras. And if they see someone parking Starbucks, walk through to McDonald's, bang, you get a ticket. Now that opens up various pitfalls like data protection and all the rest of it. In my view, I may not necessarily be correct on that, but that's what I think. And it's caused all sorts of merry hell. I've had people come up to me there and said, are we all right to park here? I said, yeah, but look at that. Don't walk out. And it's the same thing I suspect with Crawley. But you're dead right. It shouldn't be happening. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm off. I'll see you shortly with one more. Toodaloo.